4,595 pounds. This little J-Flight 224 bunkhouse with outside kitchen family camping. Awesome piece of equipment right here at Haylett RV. It is winning me over little by little. In the no-slide bunkhouse world, this is kind of my current favorite, and for a lot of little reasons. It does, I mean, try to find more of a entry level, especially a very price point oriented, lightweight like this, that's extra tall inside, has double the industry warranty, easy tilt LED lit power awning, solar ready and outside kitchen compatible. This thing is 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack. So as kind of tech geeky as I am, I've actually got an affinity for a little more basic series campers. Now don't get me wrong, I can certainly appreciate the jazzy stuff like Pinnacles and Fusion toy haulers here at Haylett RV. But this does everything you need and nothing you don't. And that's all you're paying for, are things you need and not things you don't. So they went with an open concept here because it makes this little camper feel not so little. Now, if you are needing it, you will see that there is like a full front wall privacy curtain right here. So if you need privacy at night, or if you're just needing like a little bit of a break during the day, you got a migraine, you got to lay down, block some sun out, you can do that. But you'll also find that even here at their most basic level, J-Flight travel trailers still have an easy lift bed system with those struts. And even the bed decking itself is plywood. And you're going to see that trend recurring through the trailer. There's a lot of decent entry-level campers out there, and Jaycos are one of the very few. We've got 5/8 tongue groove plywood floor decking. You see plywood under the bed base. We're standing below 3/8 tongue groove walkable plywood roof decking with their Magnum Truss roof system. We'll talk more about outside. But they don't use scrap. They don't use residual materials. Everything in this is purpose built. And that's what's kind of different about this sort of base class starter unit from Jayco versus a lot of things. It's not made with the leftover stuff that didn't get used at the other factories. This is all purpose built. Now the one that we're looking at might have different color cushions or something like that from the one that we have in stock. But the basic floor plan concepts and things will be the same. There's not a lot of options you can do to these. You can't really screw them up. But what is nice, even here, you still have high intensity LED lights. Now there is a light switch to turn all these off and on, but I'm standing right here and you see that you can individually click them off and on, and they are very bright and very aggressive. The windows here, a couple things. They're fully trimmed out. And what's nice about that is it gives the pleated nightshade something to really bite and anchor into. And by the way, they're nightshades. They're not metallic mini blinds. And they're nightshades all the way through. Some campers, they'll do a nightshade or two in the living room. But then you come up to the bedroom and you drop down to a metallic mini blind. J-Flights, they're going to be consistent all the way through here. And the black shade really does blot out the sun. Now, a little update as compared to the previous model year. They were always TV ready in the bedroom. But they've actually included a very easy to handle quick release TV mount. And what's neat is you will find that a matching TV mount exists outside, so that if you want to add a TV to your camper, take it outside for, you know, patio use, you can. Here's what's also neat. These things have been made for like HD TVs for a while now, but they never included HD wiring. Even here, at their most basic camper level and price point, Jayco is still including HDMI wiring, so that you can actually enjoy higher def entertainment. You know, why have a high def TV if you're resolved to low def entertainment, you know? Now, well, let me circle back here before I move on. They've also upgraded the stereo to accommodate that. This is Bluetooth friendly. Now, it's also neat. You see that there's in and outside zones, but you've got streaming media friendliness on the front here with a face mounted HDMI plate. So if you, input rather. So if you want to get a little streaming stick and pop it in there and charge it off that USB plug right there, you can do that, and then blam, provided you've got the bandwidth wherever you're camping at, you can enjoy high-def entertainment on the go. Now, our cabinetry through this, you know, let me stop. I forgot one of my favorite parts of the J-Flight travel trailers here. There's a lot to, even at their most simple level, there's so much to talk about. I'm having trouble deciding which one to go with first, so let me regather myself here. Taller interior. That is one of the signature calling cards of the entire J-Flight family. I think it's one of the things that's made them the single #1 selling RV since 2005 and counting. Not just trailer, but RV. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. And they're 3 inches taller inside. That means taller cabinets. It means a taller shower. It means more room in the bunks. And it just means a general bigger overhead feel throughout. I like it because it lets me stand in the shower. Another thing I missed while we were looking up top here, How about central air conditioner in a little starter class entry-level stick and tin camper like this? Stick and tin being a general phrasing for wood skeleton structure with aluminum skin on the outside. You don't always find that. Sometimes you do, but not always. You'll find that on your Jaycos. It's some of those extra little things they do, kind of like this, like the AC vents right here. Not only can you close them, but you can also turn them. So if you're sitting at the dinette and like, I'm a heat box. I just produce body heat like crazy. My wife does not. So I can have the air vent blowing straight on me to keep me cool. It can stay off of her and she can just enjoy the ambient cooling and we both get to camp nicer. That's an extra little thing they do, even here at the basic series. And that's kind of my point with these guys. It's not that this is a stripped down J-Flight. This isn't a J-Flight minus. The SLX series is the base heart core of everything that makes J-Flight successful. It just doesn't add the flash, glimmer, and glam that affects the price tag of Big Brother J-Flight. Now, some of those features are fun. Maybe you want the extra sizzle. But for me, a casual camper, this is everything I need and nothing I don't. Dinette can fold down into a little bonus sleeper, and there's even storage below that, which is kind of nice. So if you have extra long-term, like blankets or pillows or something, storage there. Speaking of storage, circling back to way before I distracted myself with the extra interior height, is the fact that all of the cabinets here, even at their base level of this Jayco, are pocket screwed. They're not stapled particle board. You can, if you open up these hardwood cabinet doors, not particle wood cabinet doors, very shaker style-ish cabinetry, you can reach back here and feel where this is screwed together. And you'll see that exact same cabinet construction all the way through a lot of motorhomes, even like North Point, Montana, fifth wheels. Exact same cabinet structure is what we're looking at right here. This isn't built cheaper, it's just built simpler. And there's a key difference there. Over here, couple little things going on in the kitchen. First of all, let's just take a look at the kitchen storage. Now, this is not the biggest camper in the world, so we're not going to have the greatest amount of kitchen storage in the world, but it is adequate for an RV of this size. And I do like that they still included a place for a wastebasket below that countertop there. You may notice, too, that those are plywood, full extension ball bearing glide drawers. They're not cheaper particle board drawers with a sticker wrap on them. The countertop here, even at their base level, once again, I know I sound like a broken record, but that's what's impressive about these guys is how much they do, not how much they don't. Thermofoil sealed edge countertops with a recessed sink. And a big deep sink as well. It's not just a pretend sink. That is a big deep sink you can actually use and enjoy. So if you are splashing water around here, this is going to be far more resilient to water exposure over time. The refrigerator does have metallic faceplate, so it is magnet friendly. And the bunks here in any Jayco, and even more impressively so in the SLX because they're the same everywhere, you don't see particle board when you lift this up. And you see thicker bunk mats that are 50 to 100% thicker than anything else you're going to find at a comparable price point, generally speaking, until you get up to the price point of something like a Rockwood Ultralight. You don't tend to find other nicer, big, thick bunks like this outside of the Jayco family. And I love that each bed gets its own little light. And by the way, if you notice, they're double upper bunks. They're rated for 600 pounds. That's actually, the way that you can calculate any Jayco travel trailer or fifth wheel bunk rating is 300 pounds per sleeping space minimum. And they might actually exceed that. Now here in the bathroom, they did something that's really impressive. Like at a glance, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is a simple, plain Jane bathroom. Okay, I got a foot flush toilet. But, holy crap shower. This thing has a massive shower in it. If you have to get in there to like help hose and scrub your kid down because they got in a lake and they weren't supposed to or something like that, you can do that. If you need to have like a little plastic stool so you can sit down to bathe, there is more than enough room to do that. This is a monstrous size shower that, you know, I don't know how you camp, but depending on what you're looking for, it could be a shower fit for two. And hey, good for you. And just like the inside, what's so surprising out here is the actual impressive attention to detail they put into what you could very easily discard as just a basic starter camper. This is like, I guess you could get into it thinking it's a basic starter camper, and then when you go to get out of it, you're going to find that it has so many features you took for granted. Like if this is your first camper, there's going to be things in this you don't realize how much you enjoy and how much you appreciate this RV until you start looking around and see that some RVs don't have these things. Like again, basic little bunkhouse campers like this don't usually come in the no slide category with a very nice equipped outside kitchen like this. So First of all, it's a real sink with a real drain to a holding tank. It doesn't just drizzle onto the ground. And this has like gas strut stability. The same type of gas struts that hold the bed in the up position hold this either in or out, so that if the kids bump it, it doesn't go anywhere, which is very, very nice if you've got something cooking on that cooktop over there. We do have a little storage shelf up top here, which is a nice little place to keep your phone out of the way. If you know, you're just camping outside, like you got swimming shorts on or something like that, if you just came back from the lake or the pool or anything. And of course, we have Dad's medicine cabinet over there, and that is a fantastic feature because it helps keep the kids and the adults, anybody, out of the RV by giving you a way to have like a couple drinks on hand outside. I'm kind of out of my normal usual order on things, but as long as we're standing here, let's talk tires. A lot of people are worried about tire safety. You hear the phrase China bombs out there. Well, even here on the J-Flight SLX, we have Goodyear Endurance Radials. These are the type of tires other people upgrade to aftermarket, standard on a Jayco. And this, you'll find through the whole Jayco family. Now, these things are rated for up to 87 miles per hour. Not that you should ever be driving that fast, but that is what they're rated for. And you see that we have galvanized steel wheel wells here. So God forbid, because as nice as this tire is, it's not debris proof. No tire is. If you catch a chunk of whatever on the road, that tire right there is going to, it could still fail. I hope it doesn't, but it could still fail. And if that happens, they still include like a flat tire blowout shield in that wheel well to help you get time to get this thing brought down from highway speed so that you don't have a massive insurance claim on your hands. I love preventative protection like that. It doesn't have to be there. They spend a little more money in a place that most people aren't even aware of they should look, but they did it. That's what these guys do. Easy tilt power awning. Literally just 2 fingers can crank that thing down to an angle. And there is LED lighting along the length of it, and there's even speakers built into the awning head so that when the awning opens up, the speakers point down so that your campsite enjoys it, not the neighbor's campsite, because he doesn't like your music. All Jaycos ride on a custom engineered chassis. And what this means in English, guys, this is the reason they're taller inside. And that's the cool thing with the J-Flight. They are taller inside without being taller outside. And the way they accomplish that is that in part by integrating their A-frame here, they've actually lowered the floor of the RV, which also means a lower center of towing gravity. Isn't that nice? Full diamond plate on this still for protection purposes. Another thing that you don't always find, even at luxury fifth wheel price points, is all LED tail and marker lighting. And you see that even here, we still have LED tail and marker lights. Also, you may notice an extra little thing they've done. They top seal, they put an extra layer of sealant on top of any exterior feature, I guess you could say fixture, on Jayco products. They do that through the whole family. It's just an extra layer of water prevention, effectively. Now, one of the reasons I want to look at the pass-through storage on this side of the RV is to drive home the fact that they're using a bigger, wider baggage door on both sides of the camper. Not just on the camp side. People tend to shop that side of the RV, but you tend to use this side of the RV. So Jayco gave you the best of both worlds. And you might notice how ridiculously large this pass-through storage is. Even, you know, like I said, you can get to it from inside, outside, under the bed, inside, out, upside down. Windows are UV tinted. I point that out because a lot of campers, especially in a wood skeleton class, don't have that. And a full outside utility shower. A lot of campers in this class don't have that. If you're lucky, you'll get a cold water sprayer port. You get a hot and cold little utility rinse station here, whether you're cleaning fish, hosing off the kids, doing a little campsite cleanup, whatever the case may be, this does it all. Spare tires standard on these. And that sounds dumb. Like, why is he even talking about that? I'm talking about it because spare tires are not standard on most travel trailers in this price point. I hope, and I think Jayco hopes, because they put the better tires on it, that you never need that. But God forbid you do, you're gonna be glad you got it. It's kind of like health insurance, guys. You don't ever want to go to the doctor, but you're glad you got insurance when you do. And we are backup camera ready, whether you're looking for a backup or an observation camera. The difference there being that an observation camera can actually, it refreshes faster, it can be used in motion. Look at that little bitty GoPro. God, that's cute. Now remember that TV mount from inside? This is where it can hook up outside. You got your power, your cable, all that stuff would hook up right there. And a double entry step makes coming and going easier. You don't need a triple step on this. Because of its lighter weight, it doesn't need an extra tall, extra heavy duty chassis. And we're going to finish her up by talking about a simple solar prep plug up there by the tongue, so that if you are going to do some boondocking off the grid, you want to get a solar suitcase from our parts team here at Haylett RV or our online parts store, you are good to go. So those are the reasons I like this camper. I've always said that every RV is the best in different ways, and I do still believe that. But dang it if this one doesn't check off all the important things in a lighter weight, easier towing, less expensive, but intelligently featured smart money product. I'm a function over fashion guy, and this has all the function, and I don't need the fashion. You know, I got an amazing wife to help dress this thing up. I don't need to worry about it being pretty. My wife will take care of that. She's amazing in that regard. So, if that kind of sounds like your style of camping, give us a call. Whether it's hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, except for hidden dealer fees, because we don't do those, then give us a call here at Haylett RV. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to serving you and your families. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.